what does improvisation mean to you as a musician? Is it a skill everyone should have? Is it a skill that has a purpose, uh, obviously for performance, but does it help you in your composing? Should a composer know how to improvise at an instrument? I mean, these seem like obvious questions, but I mean, I'd love to get your take on this. I mean, what is the importance of improvisation for a musician and the purpose of it?
Okay, so I first of all I want to dispel a myth here that people can listen to it and say, "Oh, I don't know if I will be able to do this," and sometimes people have those reactions. I do believe that anyone can improvise, and anyone can start improvising, and even anyone can enjoy the process of learning improvisation step by step. And I have seen this also with my own children. So I have three children, and I started teaching them improvisation when they started learning musical instruments with the few notes that they could play. So you can just improvise with just one note or two notes, and it grows from there. And it is possible. And even when you are, let's say, in your 20s and 30s or 40s or 50s, and in any age, and you want to start improvising, you can do it. And it is important to be positive about the process and not compare yourself to someone who's already more advanced, but to really focus on what am I doing today that is possibly different from what I did yesterday. So that's the
Right.
comparison in the learning process with short and manageable exercises. That's about the process. Then about the benefits. So many benefits for a musician. It connects the ear and the mind and the fingers. We talked today about piano improvisation, but also with melodic instruments, whether you play the flute or whether you play the French horn or the double bass or any instrument or the marimba, any instrument that you play, you can learn to create melodic material. And so you can improvise 3 minute pieces, 5 minute pieces, and you can also improvise in relation to a chord progression, improvising variations. It helps you to listen melodically, to listen harmonically, to develop the ear, to play by ear, which a lot of classical musicians are struggling with, playing just what's written. To play by ear, to be able to do that, and to think compositionally, to understand how music is put together. Then when you look at written music, you understand better what the composer was thinking, writing the notes there. It's not just, it didn't just arrive from heaven and it's there. People were writing it. Those people were improvising. They were improvisers in those times. So definitely for performers, a big benefit. Stage fright, dealing with stage presence, confidence, learning not to be afraid of the instrument. That you don't need just to put something in front of you to be able to play. You can harmonize songs. You can play. You can create little pieces. Just so many things that you can do. And for me, it's also about creativity. That we learn to be creative, and creativity is an important value in life. Then for composers, composition and improvisation are two different ways of creating music. In composition, the structure is very strong. In improvisation, the flow is very strong. So when you are a composer, composers are working very hard trying to create pieces that have a natural flow, that sound seamless, that they just move naturally from one moment to another. And you sit at the desk and you work hard to try to create that feeling. Then when you practice improvisation, you practice that aspect of composition. So definitely it helps with getting a sense of the overview, if getting a sense of the direction of, I just talked about transitions, learning how to do transitions. And also when you improvise with other people, there is the aspect of composition and group playing. So I think it is yeah, immensely beneficial for musicians. And I will also say that for audiences, witnessing an improvised performance is a special experience because you do not only listen to the music, you also listen to the process of this being created. And that highlights what a live performance is.